Imagine a future version of yourself, a version that's happier, more successful, and crushing goals like never before. What if I told you that becoming that person doesn't require massive changes overnight? Just 4 small behavior shifts, laid out in James Clear's Atomic Habits, are all you need to start building a life you're truly proud of. Stick around, because these 4 principles can help you start changing everything. Number 1, make it obvious. The first principle is to make it obvious. Here's a story to bring this idea to life. A few years ago, there was a man who wanted to get in shape. But every morning he struggled to get out the door for a run. He'd set his alarm early, but when it went off, he'd hit snooze and convince himself that sleeping a little longer wouldn't hurt. Sound familiar? One day, he decided to try something different. He laid out his running clothes and shoes right by his bed, so they'd be the first thing he saw when he woke up. This small change made a huge difference. The sight of his running gear immediately reminded him of his goal, and it became easier to take that first step. Making your habit obvious, like setting out your clothes, putting a book on your pillow if you want to read, or placing a water bottle in plain sight if you want to drink more water, is about making that habit front and center in your life. The clearer the reminder, the more likely you are to take action. Number 2, make it attractive. Next, make it attractive. Imagine a woman named Sarah who wanted to study every day after work, but she found it hard to stay motivated. She'd come home tired, open her textbook, and lose focus almost instantly. Then she tried something new. Sarah loved coffee, so she decided to treat herself to a cup from her favorite coffee shop, but only if she sat down to study. Now, studying came with the reward of a delicious coffee, making the habit feel more appealing. She found herself looking forward to it each day. This is called temptation bundling, and it works because it pairs something you need to do with something you love to do. By making a habit more attractive, you'll find yourself drawn to it, rather than feeling like you're forcing it. Number 3, make it easy. The third behavior change is make it easy. Picture this. There's a guy named John who wants to start journaling, but every time he sits down to write, he's not sure what to say. He'd start, get stuck, and eventually give up. One day, John decided to write just 1 sentence each day. Nothing more. Some days he'd write about what happened. Other days, it was how he felt. That single sentence grew into a couple, and eventually, into a full page of thoughts. But starting small was key. This principle is powerful because it removes the mental barrier that can come with taking on a big task. When you make your habit as easy as possible, you create a system where showing up is all you need to do. Over time, these tiny steps build into something meaningful. Number 4, make it satisfying. Finally, make it satisfying. Let's go back to Sarah. After a few weeks of studying daily with her coffee treat, she wanted to see her progress. So, she started tracking each study session on a simple calendar. Every day she studied, she'd put a big check mark on that day. Over time, she saw a streak form, and that visual satisfaction of seeing all those check marks motivated her to keep going. This is what James Clear calls creating a satisfying reward. It doesn't have to be big or fancy, just something that shows your brain that completing the habit was worth it. When you see progress, it reinforces the habit, making it more enjoyable and more rewarding to stick to. So, here's the summary. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Each of these steps helps you build habits that are not only sustainable but also enjoyable. Now, think about one habit you want to start. Pick one of these principles and apply it today. Small changes today create massive transformations tomorrow. Let's make this the start of your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Better Every Day for more content on productivity, self-improvement, and achieving your goals. Together, let's get a little better every day.